All week, Lions fans have been asking me, where are the moon stats? We need the moon stats. Well, here we are. I've got them for you today. Here we go. Hi, I'm Mike Payne from A to Z Sports Detroit, and I'm here to talk to you about this new series that we're going to be doing every Friday. We're going to go over the moon phases and moon stats for the Detroit Lions games. We're going to talk about how many games they've won on this moon phase or that moon phase. We're going to do special qualifiers like how many Monday Night Football games have they won during this phase, or Sunday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, or playoff games, obviously, is another one that we're going to talk about. So we're going to talk a little bit about how the moon works, just a tiny bit, because I don't really know that much. I'm going to just share what I know. And then we're going to get into the stats themselves. So let's get going right here and now. The moon for the Lions-Seahawks game on Monday night will be a waning crescent moon. That just means the moon is mostly covered up. And this is when you look up in the sky and you say, looks like there's a fingernail up there. This is the fingernail moon. All right, let's get to the stats. The Lions have played the Seahawks twice during waning crescent moons, and they lost both those games. So they're 0-2 against the Seahawks during waning crescent moons. That's one home game, one away game. It didn't really matter what the split was. One of those games was a Monday Night Football game in Seattle, the one where Calvin Johnson fumbled on the goal line. It got punched out of the end zone. You know, of all the gaffes that the Lions have gone through, this is probably the one I hate the most. But it's okay. It's only 2 games through a history. History can change. We've seen it change before. Then there's Monday Night Football. The Lions have played 5 games and during a waning crescent moon on Monday Night Football. And here's the bad part. They've only won one of them. But hey, I'm a little bit more encouraged because there was one win. That means it can happen. That means it has happened before. It means, you know, the moon, I guess, is a little bit more against the idea of it happening, but it can happen. And it has happened. And it can happen again. I'm just telling you it's going to happen, people. Relax. All right. I'll calm down. You calm down. We'll all calm down. Okay. Let's get to the final one. And this is where I think you'll come out a little bit more encouraged. The Lions were 4-2 on waning crescent moons last year. That's pretty good. Now, what's good about that is that some of those wins are some of the biggest wins they had last year. There was the Chiefs win in week 1. That was a waning crescent moon. There was a win against the Saints where they were able to hold on despite losing the big lead. And then the final one is when they beat the Minnesota Vikings late in the season to win their first NFC North championship in over 30 years. I mean, that was a huge, huge one. So the Lions have been playing pretty well on waning crescent moons. I will mention, you know, a lot of these games and waning crescents with the Seahawks and Monday Night Football, they were all a while ago. So these aren't like things that just happened recently. So if the moon is loving the Lions right now, then you got to believe that that's got to help in the long run, right? So every Friday we're going to be doing these moon videos. We're going to go over the moon stats and moon phases and try to find out what happens next.